Some new iPhone 6 rumors claim dates and even sapphire issues. Facebook patents a smartphone design that's both interesting and odd at the same time, and more rumors of a Motorola-Nexus-phablet emerge. I'm Jaime Rivera, and if I sit down at some point of this video, that's because yesterday was leg day at the gym, and if you know about that, you'll understand. This is Pocketnow Daily. Today is yet another rumor day, and the closest to official news that we have today is of a new patent that Facebook has for a smartphone design. And Facebook doesn't build smartphones. It's tried doing that with HTC in the past, and it crashed and burned terribly. Even though the smartphone wasn't actually bad, Facebook just didn't back it up for enough time. But we do have this new patent, we do have this new design. It's really odd. It's hard to predict exactly what we can expect from it. But the fact that Facebook is working with smartphone designs does say something. And for those of you that were really interested in the HTC One M8 variant running Windows Phone, well, we've got two rumors that are really interesting. Number one, apparently it will be a Verizon exclusive when it launches, which is not necessarily good news. But in the positive news that are also odd at the same time, apparently this phone is going to be called the HTC One M8 for Windows. For Windows, that's going to be the name. It's not going to be called the 8X like it was previously called, or any odd name that's different. The HTC One M8 for Windows. Why don't they just make that thing dual boot? That would be perfect. And speaking of Windows Phone, apparently Microsoft is gearing up to launch two new Windows Phones in the next coming days. Finally, these new devices will run Windows Phone 8.1, but apparently the codenamed Superman device will be Microsoft's Selfie Phone. You'll have a 5-megapixel camera at the front. That's pretty much what you're getting. And then the other codename Tesla is apparently the successor to Lumia 720, meaning it's not really a flagship phone, but it's not really a mid-tiered phone. It'll have pure view optics, etc., but it won't have a great display and stuff like that, which has been the case for Windows Phone. It's pretty much just keeping the existing Lumia 925 for another year and adding more storage. Let's see what we get. And speaking of interesting rumors, we get more details on the Motorola-Nexus-phablet. First of all, it's going to be codenamed Shamu. So yeah, if they use the name of a whale, they're trying to build a big phone. And apparently rumors do point that we are getting a phablet, number one, and that's the reason why Nexus 6 does make sense as a name. But even more interesting, apparently this phone has been ready for a while, and the reason why Google did not launch it previously was because they wanted to sell the company to Lenovo first, or to any company for that matter. But yeah, apparently we are getting all the features of the Moto X, only now this thing is going to be built by Lenovo Motorola, which is great. Let's just hope we get this phone by the end of the year, hopefully earlier. And finally, for the disappointing and interesting news of the day, let's talk about the iPhone 6. First of all, we got two interesting sources from China claiming that, number one, apparently the 4.7-inch iPhone will not have a sapphire display because apparently Apple is not ready. They didn't order supplies with enough time, which is odd since the Miss Arizona plan has been working for months already. So we really can't believe in that one that much, but it could be. But even more interesting rumors are that apparently the 5.5-inch iPhone and the iWatch are gearing for a launch in December, but since Apple's never had an event in December, what we assume is that Apple will announce these devices in October, probably with the iPad event, and then they're going to launch them in December. And that really leads me to the question of the day. Have you ever held back to buy anything until December? We really don't see the point in this. Because in my particular case, yeah, I do, but that really depends on how your country operates. Here in my country, there's a bonus in December, and therefore it does make sense to hold things until December, but I don't know how that's going to work. Leave us a comment down below. What do you think? Friends, you know the drill. If you want to get the news earlier before this video is filmed, make sure you follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You can also follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I am Jaime Rivera. Thank you very much for watching. We will see you tomorrow.